Thanksgiving. All right, we're going to start today in a kneeling position. You can have a seat on the blocks. You can also come crisscross applesauce, having a seat on the floor if you'd like, and just resting your hands on your knees. We're going to start here with some breath work. Deep inhales, deep exhales, filling your belly, your ribs, lungs, all the way to the top, and then let it all go. Maybe closing your eyes, maybe setting intention for today. Inhales, deep exhales. Breathing in and out through your mouth. One more breath, just like that. On your next full breath in, filling your belly, ribs, and lung. When you get to the very top, hold it, sealing your lips. Exhale through your nose. Belly rise, belly falls with your inhales, and with your exhales, I'm going to lower the volume just a little bit. Continue with that breath, in and out through your nose. Your next full exhale, let it all go. From here, hands towards your knees, round your spine, bringing your gaze towards your navel. On your inhale, draw your elbows back, hands towards your hips. Gaze up, look up, deep inhale. Exhale, round your spine. Kneeling cat and cow, moving here with your breath. Inhale as you draw your hands towards your hips. Gaze up, look up, pull your shoulder blades together. On your exhale, press your shoulder blades away, creating space between each shoulder blade. One more time, deep inhale and deep exhale, let it all go. Gently come back to center, stack your shoulders directly over your hips with your arms up high. Bend your elbows, lift your gaze, cactus. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist, bring your right hand to your left knee. Gently look over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, cactus, lift your gaze, spread your fingertips wide. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, release your left hand to your right knee. Inhale as you look over your right shoulder. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Gently come back to center. From here, draw your elbows wide. Don't mind my dogs. Round your spine. Deep exhale, elbows towards one another. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open. One more time, just like that. Exhale, crunch, elbows towards one another. Inhale, open. From here, draw your right elbow towards your right hip. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, left elbow to left hip. Inhale, rise up. Right elbow to right hip. Feeling that oblique crunch. Crunching those mashed potatoes, the turkey, all the yummy stuff that you had just yesterday. One more time each side. Exhale, right elbow to right hip. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, left elbow to left hip. Inhale, gently rise up. Twist, look over your right hip. Keep the elbows wide. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, twist, look over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back through center. One more time each side. Gently look over the right. Come back through center. Look over the left. Come back one more time. Keeping those elbows nice and wide. Gently twist, looking over the right side. Inhale, come back through center. One more time over the left. Inhale, come back through center. Release your hands down. We're going to walk ourselves out, coming to a tabletop position. Wrists are directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Tuck your toes, hammock your belly, coming into tabletop cat and cow. Inhale, lift. On your exhale, round your spine. Keep the top shoelace portion of each foot pressed in towards the floor as you hammock your belly down. One more cat and cow. On your exhale, press it away. Inhale, come back through center. Kick your right leg straight back. Actually turn this way so I can face you all. Kick the right leg straight back. Rainbow that right leg up and over, directly out from your right hip. Tuck your left toes and gently press your hips back and then rock forward. Alternating, pressing the hips back towards your left heel. Right leg stays directly out from your right hip. One more time, press it back. Gently rock forward. From here, draw that right leg up and over all the way, just like a curtsy. Right foot taps the outside of your left ankle. Still from that tripod position, gently rock your heel towards the floor to get deeper into that stretch. You can also rock towards your wrist, coming to the ball of your foot, maybe your toes. Feeling that stretch in your outer left hip. Inhale, come back through center, release your right knee down. Bump your hips side to side. Repeat the same thing on the left side. Back from that tabletop, extend your left leg long. Draw it up and over, directly out from your left hip. Tuck your right toes, press your hips back. Sinking your hips this time towards your right heel. Gently rock forward, stacking your shoulders back over your wrist. Press it back. One more time, just like that. Rock it forward. Gently press it back. Gently stacking your shoulders back over your hips. Draw that left leg up and over. Drawing it over to a curtsy, just drawing that left leg over from the right side. Maybe gently looking over your right shoulder. You can rock towards the ball of your foot, maybe your toes. You can also deepen that sensation by pressing your heel towards the floor. Gently come back to center, release your left knee down. Bump your hips side to side. From here, coming back to that tabletop, bring your hands a palm print forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips, come into our first downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels, lifting and lowering one at a time. Gaze continues towards your navel, towards the tops of your thighs, letting your neck hang nice and loose. Biceps frame your ear. Lift both heels super high, coming onto the ball of your foot. Exhale, lower your heels over to the right side. Deep exhale. Inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, lower them this time over to the left side. Inhale, come back through center. Gently pedal out the heels. We have a little bit of core work here. This is one of my favorite moves. Mindy probably remembers it from Monday. Lower the heels towards the floor, still in that downward facing dog. Flex your right toes, lift your right leg, and we're going to try to tap the right toes towards the right wrist, and then step it back down. 2 more times with the right leg. So you're trying to tap your right toes towards your right wrist. It does not matter how close you get. One more time on the right side. Lift and lower down. The key here is to flex the toes, pedal out the heels one more time. We'll do 3 more times on the left side, keeping everything nice and even. All right, lower your heels towards the floor. They do not have to touch. Flex your left toes. Gently lift your left leg a little bit off the floor, lifting that left hip. Gently draw your left toes towards your left wrist. Tap it back down to meet the right. 2 more times here on the left side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release it down. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release it back down. Pedal out your heels. Might have to remove these towels, they're a little bit slippery. All right, from your down dog, inhale, lengthen, lift your right leg high, 3-legged dog. From here, bend your right knee, stack your hip, open up your right hip. Maybe point, flex, circle out your right ankle. Exhale, kick your right leg straight back. Draw your knee in towards your nose, round your spine. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, draw your right knee in towards your left elbow. Hold it here or kick your right leg through, coming to fallen triangle. Lower your right leg down, flip your left arm up, coming into wild thing. Gently come back. If you're in fallen triangle, come back, releasing your left leg down, kick your right leg up and back. Gently lower your right leg down, pedal it out, come back to your breath. Inhale, kick your left leg straight back. Exhale, stack your left hip, three-legged down dog. Maybe circle out your left ankle. Inhale, kick your left leg straight back, three-legged dog. Exhale, round your spine, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Left leg kick straight back, very nice. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. You can stay here. You can extend your left leg through, fallen triangle. If you want to come in, wild thing, flip it over, release your right hand up and back to that diagonal. Gently come back to fallen triangle. Kick your left leg straight up and back. Step your left foot down, pedal it out. All right, these towels. Deal with that later. All right, pedal it out. Come back to your breath. All right, we should be nice and warm now. From here, deep bend in both of your knees. Hop or step your feet towards your hands, coming into a forward fold. Let your neck hang nice and loose. Half lift, hands to shins, crown of your head pulling towards the top of your mat. Come back to that forward fold. Let your neck hang nice and loose. You can grab opposite elbows, maybe swaying from side to side. Gently release your hands back down to the floor. Reach your right hand towards the floor, left arm up, deep bend in that left knee. Inhale, come back through center. Switching hand, left hand down, right arm up, deep bend into that knee. Inhale, come back through center. Pedal it out, bending and extending one leg at a time. Here, gently roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Neck is last to come up. Sweep both arms up high overhead, deep inhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Bind your hands, releasing your thumb and index finger, and reach your fingertips back towards the ceiling. Biceps frame your ears, zip your legs together. We're going to bend over to the right, bump your hips to the left. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, hips to the right, arms to the left. Inhale, come back through center, 2 more times each side. Exhale, hips to the left, arms to the right. If you want to challenge your balance, maybe lift that left leg. Release it down if you had it lifted. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, arms to the left, hips to the right. Back through center. 1 more time each side. Hips to the left, arms to the right. You can lift that left leg if you like. Challenging your balance. 1 more time to the left, arms to the left, hips to the right. If you want to challenge your balance, maybe lift that right leg. Nice. Inhale, come back through center. Release your bind, swan dive forward. Pedal out the heels. Half lift, hands to shins. Back to that forward fold. With a long spine, just gonna, let's see. Try to remember which side, so I open up, face you guys. From here, pedal out the heels. Bring your hands towards your hips, a long spine. Inhale, rise up. Sweep your arms forward, sink your hips down, tuck your hips under, finding your chair. Pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Sweep your right arm back. Gently draw it forward. Your left arm back. Draw it forward. Right arm. Left arm. 1 more time, each side. Right arm. Option, bring your gaze with your hand to challenge your balance or keep it forward. From here, draw your left arm back. Draw your left knee forward. So opposite arm, opposite leg is lifted. Standing single leg mountain with a twist. We're going to cartwheel down and step our left leg back to a high lunge. Left hand down, right arm up. So right foot stays planted. Let's repeat that 2 more times. Spiral your right arm down, back, left arm sweeps back, Left knee forward. We're burning all that food from yesterday. Cartwheel your left hand down, step your left leg back. Very nice. Let's do that 2 more times. Draw that left knee up. Step it back. Whoop. Cartwheel your left hand down. Right arm sweeps up. Hold it here. Holding and breathing. Sweep your right arm down towards your left wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Once more. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. We're going to cartwheel our right hand down and forward, pivoting your left toes. Left arm comes up and around. Find your warrior 2. Nice. Holding here and breathing. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Not 2 inhales. Inhale, lengthen, straighten that right leg, sweep your arms overhead. Pivot your left toes. Tee out your arms. Bend your elbows. Cactus your arms, goddess pose. Inhale, lengthen, arms back out to a T. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. On the next one, hold the arms out to a T. Both legs are straight with a flat back, fold forward. Wide-legged forward fold. You can place your hands on the floor or those blocks. You can grab opposite elbows for a wide-legged ragdoll, maybe swaying from side to side. Gently come back to center. Release your left hand to your right foot. Sweep your right arm high. You can gaze up to challenge your balance or keep your gaze down. Release your right hand. Walk your hands over to your left foot. Right hand on the floor, on the block, on your foot. Exhale, left arm up. Inhale, come back through center. Let your neck hang nice and loose. From here, you can walk your hands through your legs, drawing the crown of your head closer towards the floor. You can walk your arms out in front, maybe bringing your forearms down to the floor or to blocks. Holding here and breathing. Through center, half lift, flat back. Sweep your arms out to a T. Use your core, inner thighs as you roll up. Tee out the arms. We're going to find that goddess pose again. Bend the knees, slightly turn the toes outward. We're going to crunch right elbow to right knee. Inhale, rise up, left elbow to left knee. 2 more times each side, right side. Keep that top shoulder stacked directly over the bottom. That's it, nice work. 1 more time on each side, right elbow to right knee. Inhale, rise left side. Come back through center. Straighten legs, tee out the arms. Flip your right toes. From here, both arms, both legs straight. Reverse your triangle. Tuck your left hand behind your back. High five that wall behind you. If you'd like to come into archer, you can flex your right toes up towards the ceiling. Gently lower your right toes if they were lifted. Keep the legs straight. Tee out the arms. Bump your left hip back to the back of your mat. Reach your right fingertips over your right toes. Tick-tock your arms down, right arm down, left arm up. Right hand can be on the floor, on the block, inside of your right leg. To challenge your balance, you can gaze up, look up. Bend into that right knee. Keep your right hand down. Draw your left bicep to your left ear. The extended side. Holding and breathing. Inhale, rise up. Keep that bend in that right knee. Reverse your warrior. Tuck your left hand behind your back or down your left leg. Gaze up towards the ceiling, opening up your chest. Hold it for the exhale. Deep inhale. On your next exhale, cartwheel down. Frame your right foot. Step your right leg back. Find your high plank, tabletop, or hover your right leg. Lower all the way down. Elbows stay tucked in. Release down. Full cobra. Maybe coming into up dog, lifting your thighs. Come through tabletop or directly downward facing dog. Pedal it out. That's our full flow. We're going to repeat the same thing on the left side. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Come back to your breath. Make sure you're breathing. Great. Have a deep bend in both of your knees. Walk your feet towards your wrists, coming back to that forward fold. Half lift, hands to shins. Back to that forward fold. Release your left hand down to the floor, reach your right arm high. Gaze up, look up, or down towards your left fingertips. Gently release your right hand down, left arm up, deep bend in that right knee. Put your left hand down, pedal it out, let your neck hang nice and loose. We tend to strain our neck by trying to look towards our fingertips. Just let everything go. With your arms out long in front, inhale, rise up. One vertebrae at a time. Head is the last to lift. Reach your arms forward. Sink your hips down. Find your chair. Tuck your hips under. We're going to pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Start with the left arm. Sweep your left arm back and forward. Right arm, sweep it back and forward. Try to see if you can sink your hips an inch or 2 lower towards the floor. That's it. Option to keep your gaze forward or with your hands for more of a challenge. One more time each side. Sweep your right arm back and forward. Sweep the left arm back. Oop, nope, left arm forward, right arm back. Right knee forward, flex your right foot. Single leg, mountain with a twist. We're gonna set that right leg back to that high lunge. Cartwheel our right hand down towards our left foot. You can bring it to the floor or to a block. Reach your left arm high. Draw your left arm down and forward as you reach your right knee up. Maybe noticing how one side might be different than the other. That's totally normal. I have more of a challenge on this side. Let's do that 2 more times. Step your right leg back, cartwheel your right hand down. Left arm comes up. All right. One more time. Find that standing single leg mound. Left arm forward, right arm back. Flex your right foot. Lift that right knee high. Engage your abs. Last time. Step your right leg back. Find that high lunge with a twist. Fine. Exhale, draw your left hand down towards your right wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Once more. Exhale, twist. Left hand taps right wrist. Inhale, lengthen. We're going to pivot those right toes. Sweep your left arm back, down, and forward. Right arm comes up. Pivoting, opening up to warrior 2. You can widen your stance, make your stance more narrow depending on how far you set back in your low lunge. Inhale, lengthen. Find that big star. Exhale, bend. Twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Hold both legs straight. Pivot your left toes forward. Maybe slightly turned inward. From here, arms out to a T. Bend your knees, bend your elbows. Find your God's pose. Chest is lifted. Inhale, straighten. Just like a star. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Hold it here. Draw your left elbow to your left knee. Inhale, rise up. Right elbow to right knee. Crunch those obliques. Maybe your elbow taps your knee. Try to sink your hips nice and low. Top shoulder stacked over the right. That's it. Right elbow to right knee. Inhale, rise. One more time each side. Left side. And right side. Inhale, come back through center. Tee out the arms. Straighten the legs. Forward fold. Flat back. Hinging all the way down. Pivot your toes inward if they were at variation, outward or forward. Release your hands down to the floor. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Trying something different today. You can come back to that ragdoll by grabbing opposite elbows. You can try Skadasana. Single leg extension. Maybe flex your toes. You can bring your hands to the floor or to a block, or keep your hands at heart center. You can move from one side to the next, staying low, or coming back to that forward fold. Doing what feels good to you today, listening to your body this morning. Wherever you are, hold it for one more breath. Gently come back to your forward fold. Let your neck hang nice and loose. Maybe grabbing opposite ankles, bringing your forehead, the crown of your head closer towards the floor. To center. Tee out the arms. Inhale, rise up. 5-point star. Very nice. Pivot your left toes. Both legs stay straight. We're going to reverse our triangle. Draw your right hand behind your back. Left arm high fives that wall behind you. You want to come into archer. Flex your left toes. Feeling lower them if they were lifted. Keep the legs straight. Come back. Stacked shoulders over your hips. Tee out your arms. Bump your hips back. Reach your left fingertips over your left toes. Once you reach as far as you can, tick-tock your left hand down, right arm up. Left hand can come to a block, the floor, your calf, your shin. You want to challenge your balance, you can gaze up towards your right fingertips. You can always keep your gaze down towards the floor or just directly in front of you. Keep that left arm down, right arm up. Bend into that right knee. Keep your left hand where it's at. Draw your right hand towards your right ear. Extended side angle. Commit to that bend in your left knee. Rise up. Tuck your right hand behind your back or down your right leg. High five that wall behind you. Reverse your warrior. Very nice. Hold it for the exhale. Deep inhale. On your next exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Bring your left foot. Step your left leg back. Option to come to high plank, tabletop, or keep that left leg lifted. Lower down, elbows stay tucked in. Come through, full cobra. Press up, maybe come to upward facing dog, lifting your thighs. Come back through tabletop, or flip your toes into downward facing dog. Pedal it out. All right, let's repeat that a little bit faster on each side. Pedal out the heels. Inhale. Exhale. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Forward fold. Half lift, hands to shins. Back to that forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Come right into your chair. Pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Hold it low. One arm each side. Right arm sweeps back and forward. Left arm. From here, rise up. Single leg mountain. Draw your left knee forward. Left arm back. Step your right arm forward. Step your left leg back. Carve your left hand down. High lunge with a twist. One more time, just like that. Rise up, single leg mountain. Right arm forward, left arm back. On your exhale, carve your left hand down. Step your left leg back. Carve your right hand down and back. Pivot, open up, warrior 2. Inhale, lengthen one time. Flip your right toes forward. Tee out your arms. Bend and extend. One more time. Find that goddess. Stay here. Right elbow to right knee. Rise up, left elbow. One more time each side. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Tee out the arms, straighten the legs. Forward fold. Hold it here for 3 breaths. You can come to ragdoll, opposite hand to foot. Maybe reach your arms past your heels, maybe past your toes. Hold it for the exhale. Inhale, half lift, arms out to a T. Engage your abs. Inhale, rise up. Pivot your right toes. Both legs are straight. From here, left hand behind your back, right arm up. Option to flex your right toes, find your archer. In your reverse triangle. Oh, puppy. Gently release your toes out there, lifted. Tee out your arms, bump your hips back to the left. Reach your right fingertips forward, tick-tock your right hand down, left arm up. From here, if you want, you can pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Keep that right arm down, left arm up, bend into that right knee. Draw your left bicep to your left ear, extended side. Commit to that bend in your right knee. Reverse your warrior, tuck your left hand behind your back or down your left leg, high five that wall behind you. Exhale, cartwheel down, frame your right foot. Step your right leg back. High plank, tabletop, or tripod, lower down. All the way. Inhale, rise up. Upward facing dog, cobra. Tuck your toes, find your down dog, pedal it out. Deep inhales, deep exhales. My dog got jealous, mentioning any other dog. All right, from here, step or hop your feet to your hands. Forward fold. Half lift, hands to shins. Come back to that forward fold, let your neck hang nice and loose. Inhale, rise up. Immediately find your chair, sink your hips back, arms sweep forward. Pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Hold low, sweep your left arm back. One arm, one time each side. Left arm, reach it forward. Draw your right hand back, right knee forward. Left arm stays forward. Step your right leg back, high lunge. Left arm comes down and back. Right arm comes up and forward. One more time, find that standing single leg mountain. Whoop. If you have to step in between, like I just did, that's okay. Flex your right toes. Find your balance. On your exhale, step your right leg back. Cartwheel down. Left arm up. Right hand down. Give me 2 taps. Exhale, left hand to right wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. Draw your left arm back, down and forward. Pivot your right toes, open up. Warrior 2. Maintain that deep bend in your left knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Pivot your left toes. Tee out your arms. Bend and extend. Find your goddess pose. 2 more. Hold the bend the knees, bend the elbows. Starting to the left. Crunch. Inhale, rise. Exhale, crunch. 2 more each side. You got this. Exhale, 1 more time each side. Inhale, come back through center, straighten the legs. Tee out the arms. Flip your toes forward, hinge forward with a flat back. Find your breath here. Find what works for you. Maybe it's coming back to that ragdoll. Maybe opposite hand to foot. Maybe it's drawing your arms out in front towards the floor, towards a block. Maybe it's coming and bringing your fingertips away from your crown of your head, through your toes. Come back to your breath. For the exhale. Tee out the arm, the long spine, half lift. Hold it halfway. Full exhale. Inhale, rise up all the way. Pivot your left toes. Keep the legs straight. Reverse your triangle, tuck your right hand behind your back, high five the wall behind you. Maybe flex your left toes if you'd like. Gently lower down. Keep the legs straight. Tee out the arms, bump your hips back. Reach, reach, reach. Tick-tock your left hand down, right arm up. Find your triangle. Stay here if you want. You can pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Hold it low. Bend into that left knee. Left hand stays where it's at. Sweep your right hand to meet your bicep. Extended side. Keep that deep bend in your left knee. Reverse your warrior. Tuck your right hand behind your back. Down your right leg. High five that wall behind you. Those left fingertips. Nice. Cartwheel down. Frame your left foot. Last flow. Step your left leg back. High plank. Tabletop. Or hover that left leg lowering all the way down. Full chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Cobra. Come back to your down dog. Pedal it out. Come back to your breath. Lift your right leg high. Bend your right knee, stack your hip. We're going to find pigeon, option to come onto your back as well. Keep a bend in that right knee and draw your right knee to your right wrist. You can also come onto your back, drawing that right knee in towards your chest. You can walk upright, hands towards your hips. Maybe gaze up, look up. When you're ready, you can hinge forward, releasing your forearms, your hands towards the floor or to blocks. One of my favorite stretches here for the outer hips, just to gently rock side to side. Continuing here with your breath. Center, bring both hands underneath your shoulders. If you're in pigeon, tuck your left toes. Press your hips up, find your three-legged dog. Release your right foot down to meet the left. Pedal it out. Inhale, lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee. Option also come onto your back. Keep that bend in your left knee and then draw your left knee towards your left wrist. Tuck your right toe, maybe reach that right leg a little bit further back if you can. Untuck your toes when you're ready. Maybe walk your hands towards the center of your body. Gaze up, look up. Pigeon pose, always an option to come onto your back and draw that left knee in towards your chest. When you're ready, you can stay upright for as long as you'd like or gently come down onto your forearms. Maybe finding those blocks, maybe rocking side to side. Place your hands back under your shoulders. Tuck your right toes, lift up, three-legged dog. Lower that left leg down. Pedal it out. A little tiny bit of core here. From your downward facing dog, keep your hips high. Bend your knees, shins and knees hovering in power dog. We're going to press forward, find that high plank. Press up, downward facing dog. Let's do that a few more times. Exhale, bend your knees. Press forward, high plank. Wrist directly under your shoulders, press up, down dog. Bend the knees, hips stay high. Press it forward, high plank. Back to that downward facing dog. Gently pedal it out here. We're going to rock forward. Find your high plank. Always an option to lower your knees at any time. Keep the elbows tucked in. We're going to lower down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. With your wrist directly under your shoulders, press up, mini cobra. Gently release back down. Press up, mini cobra. Release back down. From here, draw your left arm directly out from your shoulder. Keeping your left hand boxed out. Relax your right leg. Wiggle your right thigh from side to side. Rocking the top shoelace portion of your right foot. Inhale, lengthen, lift your left leg high. Option 1. Option 2 is to tip onto that outer right hip. Keeping that left leg lifted. Option 3 is to bend that left knee. Bring it in front or behind. To scorpion pose. Gently rock back onto your belly. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Both legs relaxed. Press up, mini cobra. Release back down. Once more, press up, mini cobra. Exhale, release back down. Exhale, send your left arm out from your shoulder, keeping that right hand boxed out. Relax that left leg. Maybe wiggle out that thigh. You can also rock the top shoelace portion of your left foot from side to side. Few options here. You can lift that right leg, holding here, engaging your abs. If you want a little deeper stretch, rock that left hip, keeping that right shoulder lifted, right hip lifted. You can also tap that right foot behind or in front, and just releasing your left cheek or ear to the floor. Gently come back to center. Lowering your right hip. Walk both hands under your shoulders. Press up, mini cobra. Release back down. Release your hands towards your hips. Palms facing down, pinkies in, thumbs out. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Locust lifts here. Squeeze everything, lift up. Keep your neck at neutral spine, gaze towards the floor. Gently release down. 2 more times, just like that. Squeeze and lift everything. Gently release it back down. 1 more locust here. We are going to lift and hold. Lifting, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, higher, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release everything down. Gently allow your right cheek to come onto the floor. Coming back to your breath. Inhale, chin forward. Exhale, release your left cheek or ear towards the floor. You can bend your knees, maybe windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Legs back to center. Release your toes to the floor. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Press up. Mini cobra. Lots of back strength here. Release back down. Walk your hands, palm print behind. So bring it towards your lowest rib cage. Press up, full cobra. Keeping the tops of your thighs on the floor. Gaze is forward. Gently look over your left shoulder. Maybe you can see your left toes, your left heel. Hold it here for 1 more breath. To center. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Maybe you see your right heel, your right toes. Gently come back to center. Lower back down, bend it to the elbows. Walk your hands back under your shoulders. Press yourself up to a tabletop. And then draw your knees wide, sinking your hips towards your heels, finding your child's pose. Allowing your neck to just fall in towards the mat, maybe rocking your forehead from side to side. You can also rock your hips from side to side here. Fingertips out long. Actively sinking your hips in towards your heels. Lift your forearms, your elbows, pressing your finger pads into the floor as you lift your palms up off the floor. Feeling that stretch in your shoulders and between your shoulders. Gently release your fingertips back down. Bend your elbows, bringing your palms to touch at the crown of your head. You are more than welcome to stay here. If you'd like a deeper tricep stretch, gently bend your elbows, bringing your thumbs towards the nape of your neck. Holding here and breathing. Release your palms back down to the floor. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Gaze up, look up. Exhale, thread your right arm under and through the left side body, hovering that right arm. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, this time draw your right arm all the way under and through the left side body. Thread the needle. You can just gently release your right cheek or ear towards the floor, continuing to stretch your left fingertips out long. You can also bind your left hand around towards your right hip, opening up your left shoulder. Your left hand if you had it binded. Inhale, gaze up, look up, reach your right arm high. Exhale, draw your right hand back down to meet the left. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Exhale, draw your left arm under and through the right side body, hovering that left arm. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Exhale, this time draw your left arm all the way under and through, and allowing your left hand to gently graze the floor. Maybe it falls all the way down towards the floor. Continuing to sink your hips in towards your heels, As you actively reach your right fingertips long in front of you, you're welcome to bind your right hand around toward your left hip to allow your right shoulder to open up just a little bit more. Holding here and breathing. Right hand was binded. Go ahead and reach it back out long. Inhale, press that, reach your left arm to the ceiling. Exhale, left hand meets the right. Bumping the hips side to side, coming back to your child's pose. Gently walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, maybe slightly off of your mat. And then bring your left hand towards your left knee. Gently press into your left hand as you open up your chest, pressing your right shoulder in towards the floor. Left hand back to meet the right. Hold it here for a breath. Feeling that stretch all along the right side body. Walk your hands back through center. This time over to the right side of your mat, maybe slightly off of your mat. Bring your right hand towards your right knee, pressing your finger pads in, palm is lifted. Press your right hand in towards the floor and actively pressing your left shoulder in towards the floor, opening up your right shoulder and lengthening that left side. Gently release your right hand to meet the left. Hold it here for one more breath. Inhale, walk your hands back through center. 2 more stretches here. I know we already did it. Lift your finger pads, press your finger pads, lift your palms, lift your forearms, lift your shoulders off the floor. Gently release your palms back down. Bring your palms to touch the crown of your head. Tricep stretch if you want to bring your thumbs towards the nape of your neck. This time maybe walk your elbows closer to the crown of your head. Feel that lengthen of each tricep. Gently release your palms back down to the floor. Rock forward, find your tabletop. Tuck your toes. Find your downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Press forward, find your high plank. One more time, lowering down, option to lower the knees at any time. Press back to the tabletop. From here, lower your left or right hip. Have a seat on the floor. You can extend your legs out long. You can also keep them bent. Option to have a block between your palms. We're going to slowly roll back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Once your lower back, middle back, upper back, everything touches the floor. Extend your arms and legs long in opposite directions. Create a tiny arch in your lower back. Release your palms by your hips. Bend your knees, bringing your feet in towards your hips. Option to lift your hips up, placing a block under your hips, or just reach your legs up towards the ceiling. Hands towards your toes. Legs up the wall, point flex. Circle out your wrists, your ankles. Your legs one at a time or both together. Palms facing up, heels touch, toes fall open. Coming to your Shavasana, coming back to your breath. Wiggle your toes. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Rock and roll yourself a few times or come up to a seated position of your choice at any time. From here, You can cross the ankles, you can bring the soles of the feet together, maybe rock the hips side to side. Sweep both arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart. Thank you all for allowing me to share my practice with you. I am forever grateful for you all each and every day. My name's Amanda. Namaste. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Mindy. Hope you all have a fantastic